This. Okay. So, what were you wanting to talk about today?
I guess I just wanted to talk about raising my grandchild.
Okay.
Having to raise a grandchild after I've raised my kids. It's tough, it's hard. I just don't know where to take it or where to get my own relief from it. And I just
So, are you feeling a bit overwhelmed from having to start over again? I guess after all these years, you've already raised your own son, and now you're more than helping take care of your grandchild. You're actually assisting in raising him as well.
right. I'm very overwhelmed with the whole thing. So I thought this was going to be a time for me and my husband, and now we're helping to raise the grandchild. And well, this I don't know. I just don't know how to explain it.
Are you maybe feeling a bit used by the parents, that maybe they are not taking enough responsibility for what's going on?
Well, sometimes probably, but for the main part, no, because I know they work, and my mom helped when my son was growing up, so I know in this economy and day and age, it's hard, and they need help. You know, so I don't know where to take that outlet. You know, I don't want to. I know they're not using me, but maybe they could come when they say they're going to pick them up, come pick them up and not be hours late, or call or something like that. So maybe I guess I do feel a bit used.
Or possibly taken advantage of.
Right.
Not necessarily used, but more just she'll understand, so
Right.
they just don't come when they're supposed to.
Exactly. Because I know they need help, because daycare is so expensive, and I don't mind. I love spending time with them. But, I have already raised my child, and it's hard to go back and start over again.
So, maybe are you feeling tired?
Mm-hmm.
But since you are older now, and you were much younger when you had your own child, when he was a toddler, and now having a toddler again can be very tiring.
It is, and then I have my back issues and stuff, so it's hard keeping up with him. Whereas when I was younger, it wasn't as difficult to keep up with him, and now, I have to work too, and then take care of him when I'm off work. So, it's an all-day process, and I'm working, it seems like, from sun up to sundown, and not getting a break anywhere.
I could see that being much more difficult with back issues, health problems. So, just feeling exhausted from, or tired from having to work all day, take care of a kid after you've already raised your own kid, and then having all those health issues on top of it.
Right. And then to add my husband, who doesn't want to be raising grandkids, he's ready for me and him time, and there's just no time for that right now. And he really doesn't. It's not that he doesn't love his grandkids. He doesn't want to raise his grandkids. So
Perhaps a little bit of guilt in there because you're not spending as much of your spare time with your husband as he would like you to be, or even you would like to be spending with him.
So yeah, I have guilt feelings there. That, and it's hard for me to say no. I want to try to do for everybody, but I can't always. I realize you can't make everybody happy, but I guess that's where I get guilt issues, because I try to make everybody happy. When I can't, then I feel guilty.
Mm-hmm. So you feel guilty because you're not able to please everybody,
Mm-hmm.
your husband, your son, your grandchild.
Right. I just don't know how to resolve these feelings. You know, I guess I just need to be stronger and tell her, maybe, or him, maybe I can't keep the kids as long, or only on certain days. I can't do it on weekends, or come up with a plan that I could devise that would kind of be, splitting with everybody something, meeting halfway, I guess.
So you're trying to generate a plan that would give each person equal time, or the special time that they need, I guess, for the things that they need.
Right, to help the kids out a little,
Right.
and then also to have that quiet time with my husband. Or
Right.
without
To be able to
kids.
help them when they need help when he's at work,
Mhm.
and then to be able, when your husband is off, to have the time to spend with him.
Right.
So,
And if I could work that out, then that would probably be good, and just let the kids know that they can't, they'll have to get them a babysitter or something on those other days or at other times.
so you're finding it hard to be, to stand up for yourself, to
Mm-hmm.
be assertive and say,
Oh yeah, I can come up with these plans all day
Yeah.
long and lay them out and write them down and say this is how it's going to be, and then I see them and I'm like, well, I'll just do it later. So I'm always putting it off till later.
so the keeping of the grandkids causing problems at home with your husband, to the point where y'all are having friction? Or
Sometimes, I mean, it's not an everyday thing that he brings it up. There are times where he brings it up that he wishes that we didn't spend, we didn't have him over so much, so he could have time. I mean, I understand his point too, but, like I said, my mother helped me with my kid when he was growing up, and if I didn't have that help, I don't know what I would have done, so I want to be the same way. Plus, I love having my grandkids around,
you feel like you'd be letting your son down if you didn't help him as much as your family helped you?
I think so. I think that's what family does for each other.
So you have a strong sense of lost my word. A strong sense of duty, I guess, is the word I'm looking for, to help out your child and do what it takes to help him.
Yeah, because to me, that's what family does. You do whatever it takes to help the family. So I guess he was raised a little bit differently. I don't know if, I mean, they're a close-knit family, but they're not,
Your husband.
they don't exactly, I don't know how to say it. I mean, they do help each other, but they're just, families are just different. So, I mean, the way I was raised isn't always the same way he was raised, so there's conflict there because he wants this done a certain way, or I want it done a certain way, so.
You find it hard to come to a happy medium agreement with him, or do y'all usually work it out?
Oh yeah, we always usually work it out, but there are times when, it's hard, so.
Awkward silence. Sorry. I know. I get tickled. I can't help it.
I don't know. Things probably will be getting better, I guess, now that they've moved out of the house. They were living at home, so now they're moving out. So maybe I won't feel as not taken advantage of. But like you said earlier, I guess maybe a little, because I'm not going to be so handy as being right here. Hey, we're going to run out and do this or whatever.
Maybe not feel as obligated.
Right. So.
When they just want to run to the store, that takes maybe longer than it should, just to go to Walmart to get some diapers or whatever.
Right.
So.
And then that way, they'll have to go, oh, well, it's not, might as well just go to the store with the baby, and then that way it's quicker than taking them over there and doing that. And I don't know, maybe it's just too easy with them living at home to leave the baby.
Right.
And this way it'll be, So, I just run all these different scenarios through my head all the time.
I was going to say, now that they have moved out, you said that this should provide more opportunity for you and your husband to have some of that alone time that you needed, because with them being there at the same time. So through all this, you've been dealing with keeping grandbaby, having to balance your time between work and family and your husband, and that obligation that you feel very strongly about with your, to help your family out, to help your son out. So I'm glad you came in today to share all this with me.
Thank you.
And hopefully you can get firm on some things and put your foot down.
That's what I plan to do.
Okay.
Thank you.